How are we, people? Well. That echo's still there, isn't it? Damn. Yes, guys. How are we? Welcome back to Young Bucks. We've got a lot to talk about. I'm calling in from Klopp's basement. I've got Artemello next to me. I think Fabio Barini's been left behind from the Brendan Rodgers days. So we're doing well here. But as you know, we've had a lot of football, a lot of goals. We had Derby weekend last weekend. We've had European fixtures, and we've got a big Premier League game on Sunday, Arsenal versus Liverpool. So yeah, I'm just gonna get straight into it and just ask how you all are. Bill, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, man, I'm doing good. I'm not gonna lie, I'm doing very good. The football has been keeping me going, and my team, of course, they have been cooking. So for me, I'm happy. And watching, the Champions League last night and everything, football's good, and I'm excited for another weekend, another big clash. Yeah, let's get into it, man.
Love to hear it. Ben, celebrating a Liverpool win.
Yeah,
Can
man.
the Reds get 2 in a row?
Yeah. Mighty Glasgow Rangers champions the season before last. Got to a European final last season. So, look, I'm going to be shameless about this result, man. I'm going to be shameless as I can. The best right back in the world, doing this thing again. Generational player, man. So good. So yeah, we'll get on to right backs, I'm sure, later on. But now I'm good, man. Bring on the Arsenal.
Hamza, you're smiling. Well, you're always smiling.
Hey,
Talk to me, my friend. How's your week been?
yeah, you guys can hear me, yeah? I've been all right, not bad. You can see that we've enjoyed it, man. It's easy. The Premier League, I told you guys, it's easy. Last week, I told you Erling Haaland will score a hat-trick. You guys didn't believe me, and I told you it's a walk in the park. These guys, Ferguson called it out. They were the noisy neighbors, but it seems that these guys are noisy neighbors. But I'm happy, man. Went to the game, enjoyed it, loved it. I sat next to the fan, so I enjoyed it.
Yeah, we love to hear it, man. Guys, make sure to smash that like button. If we can get to 75 before, I'm going to say 75 before the stream is done, then I owe you all a big one. Addy, Graham Potter working his magic. Aubameyang scoring.
Yeah.
Reece James looking good. How you feeling?
Yeah, man, feeling good, man. 2 big wins on the bounce, and we really needed that win against Milan. That was probably our best performance this season to go along with it, man. He's signing Kunku, and Kunku's done his medical. We've got Rafael Leao coming soon, bro. We're coming from Man City, man. Don't watch that, bro. Give us a couple of years, man. We're building.
You know what's so funny? Everyone's saying our City have wrapped up the league when Arsenal are still top.
Disrespect.
It's either a thing that Arsenal are just not serious, or just
They're not,
everyone expects
They're
City
not,
just
man.
to steamroll it. It is so early in the season. I
think that's just honestly just a respect people have for what Man City have been doing.
It was like Chelsea.
When you add Haaland to that, it's mad.
Chelsea were top of the league last season until like November. It was like 18 games in, and Chelsea were top of the league. And look how far we fell off, bro. So it's still so early. Arsenal definitely won't be in the title race by me, no way.
Yeah, well, we'll see. There's a long season to go. We're only in October, and it feels like we should be in February. A lot of stress, a lot of grey hairs, whatever are coming. So it is what it is. Michael, United scraping past the mighty Ammonia Nicosia from Cyprus.
Yeah, right here showing against my third cousins. We got slapped up on Sunday. It's not looking good. Ronaldo, I can't watch Ronaldo play anymore because it makes me sad and also makes me laugh at the same time that this guy can't play football anymore. But we move on, and we got Everton on the weekend, and we'll see what happens then.
Yeah, it's actually sad, man, seeing Ronaldo just decline. Like even from my perspective.
Nah, it's not sad, bro. Nah,
it's
not
just
having it.
Man, that's
he's over the hill. He can't score anymore.
It's hilarious. That's what it is.
Well, guys, we're gonna go back to last weekend just because there was a lot of smack being talked by Hamza last week. There was a lot of Phil Foden debate. Is he generational? Is he not? Goes and bags a hat trick.
I mean, let me hide.
Hamza and Michael, talk us through Derby Day.
Yeah, man. I'm ready. I told you. I warned you. I said it to the guys, man. Listen, you're very lucky. To be witnessing a great team. You're witnessing history. You're witnessing something great. That football, we've never seen this kind of football ever been played ever before. I know that the times of Arsene Wenger and Arsene Wenger were playing that beautiful football, but listen, what Man City are doing, they're wiping everyone on the floor. And you can't stop us. There's nothing to stop us. A United fan called me after the game and said, listen, Hamza, how do you stop City? I said, there's nothing to stop. You can't stop them. I'm telling you now, and I'm being honest. And if you look at every single player, there's a reason why they play for the best manager in the world. If you're not that good enough, you can't play for us. When we started that game, United were lucky that we did not thump them 10. I'm talking about 10-0. We should have been 10 easy. Bro, as soon as the game started, they were worried. They were worried, psychologically worried. They were telling us, oh yeah, Ten Hag's a special guy. Look what he did to Arteta. He's got the guy, the best defense. Varane and this guy called Martinez, the 5'2" guy, he will knock off Haaland. I was laughing.
They call him the butcher.
I was laughing.
Yeah,
this guy.
Knife was blunt.
Bro, the guy was nowhere to be seen. Haaland made a mockery of them. What happened to Malacia? What happened to the Anthony? He banged the goal, but where was he? Where was Anthony? Where was Sancho? He left City for greater goods. He's again had a stinker. But let me tell you something. I have to big up for one player. Our players were exceptional. Let me mention the most exceptional player, Jack Grealish. Shame on all of you. Shame on all of you. Yeah? Shame on all of you.
Do not involve me in this. I've always backed your boy. I've always backed your boy Grealish.
Two players got hat-tricks, but Grealish was the best player.
Grealish was, he was outstanding. He was cooking team. Grealish this season has been impressive. There's no way. I can only compare him. He's been our best player behind KDB and Haaland. But Grealish has been outstanding. He is the reason why, when Pep Guardiola spent 100 million, that's what he spends 100 million for. I told you, give him the second season. Now everyone's worried. He's becoming our most important player. He was absolutely brilliant for Man City. He ran on Darlow. Darlow got a yellow card within 5 minutes or 6 minutes. We were cooking them. We hit the post. These guys were clearing off the line. When Haaland started scoring goals, you couldn't stop him. I saw United fans crying in the middle of the game. Middle of the game, guys crying. And I'm saying, why would you pay a ticket to think that you would come to Man City, the Etihad, and you're going to get a point? This is ridiculous. And today we have to congratulate City. Just took off their gas. They thought, listen, we could humiliate United. But I was disappointed for one thing. We conceded 3 goals. Because we didn't need to concede 3 goals. But we just took off the gas. And you can see City are a special team. This is what I told you guys, Liverpool fan, from the beginning of the season. I said, psychologically, when you're witnessing that, Ben, yeah, you must be thinking, what else do I do to stop these guys? I can't stop these guys. There's nothing to stop. There's nothing to stop. There's no weakness. Kyle Walker was outstanding. He was injured. He came off standing there. He still wants to play. Cancelo was brilliant on the left. Sergio Gomez, only 15 million, comes in. He's cooking. We bring Cole Palmer, still does well. We have no weakness. No weakness.
Okay. If you're unstoppable, you're going to win the quad. If no one can stop you, is that what you're saying?
It all depends on the World Cup because some teams,
so like
some national. Listen, we were not at their best here, and this is not that. Let me warn you something. You guys think that this is the best you've seen in City. This is not the best you've seen from City. We just start going September, October. You will see City when it hits around January, February. They don't joke. January, February, they don't joke. They go on this winning run of like 20 games unbeaten. And that's when you'll say, Hamza was right. We can't stop them. And Arsenal, I don't know why Arsenal are sitting at the top. Because it's a mockery. It's a mockery.
It's not a mockery, man. Listen, all this talk and you're still second, man. Calm down. But listen, all I want to say is, calm down again because you bullied a team that struggled today against Ammonia Nicosia. I want to even give them respect on their name because I've been calling them a chemical compound.
Man United 3-1, bro.
Nah. Listen, everyone, you watch the game, man. That is just it can happen.
Doesn't matter.
It can happen. Listen, we've seen little teams beat big. I'm not saying Man United little team, but I'm saying you've seen smaller teams go and beat a bigger team. It can happen as football. Yeah, just because
it's just football heritage to beat you. It's just football heritage to beat you.
Fair
at
enough.
Old Trafford.
We won the league there, but it's okay. Yeah. So
that's before you were born, bro.
People are comparing. Oh, Saka is so special. Saka can't even score
You're the
2
one that
goals.
put edits up of him in a City
No. But this Arsenal fans were all raving about him, and I said there's one reason. What did I say? I didn't say in a shameless. I said, where was Xavi at 22? Where was Iniesta at 22? Where were they at 22? So don't criticize Foden. He's a special talent at the age of 22. He's scoring hat-tricks.
No one criticized him. We just said
last season, Foden had less goals than Emile Smith-Rowe. Yeah, and that's a guy who's always injured. So I just want to say, Foden right now, he's a fantastic player. Yes, he's scored a hat-trick last game. Yes, but the gas that you guys are giving him just because he plays in this Man City team. Yes, I know he scored 3 goals, but as I said, against Man United, that was an easy game for Man City. For me, I'm looking at Man City. And
why didn't you beat them? Why didn't you beat them? Why did you lose 2-0? If it was that easy, why did you go to Old Trafford and lose 2-0?
Tell him Old Trafford.
First of all, we beat them because Arteta played into our hands, and then on Sunday we played into Pep's hands because Ten Hag messed it up with the first 11, and our players were absolutely diabolical in that game. I don't even think Man City, they were good, but they weren't anything exceptional. United just could not do anything on the ball, and City just said, go bird to Erling Haaland. See, when you account for goals scored by aliens to non-aliens, the aggregate was really 3-3. We gotta like put Haaland tax because this guy's not a human being. He was created in like Jupiter, like dark, like other galaxies. So really, and we won the second half 3-2. But I was just saying, but now for the terms of the derby, United, it just showed that they're weak. The moment City scored that first goal, I knew it was game over. Actually, no. From the moment City had those first 3 shots where they hit the crossbar and everything, and they made that save, I knew we were gonna hold 5. I tweeted it. It was like right away. I could tell what kind of game it was gonna be, and that's what happened. Now they were tactically inept for that game. Jadon Sancho is an abolishment of a footballer. I absolutely despise him. I don't want to see him for the rest of October. I know we have 9 games left. I don't want to see him. Anthony didn't show up to the second half, but at least he has some self-respect. Rashford didn't show up. McTominay showed that he's Scott McTominay still. The gas had to calm down. As for Dalot, Grealish was good, but it didn't help that my fullback got a yellow card within the first 2 minutes of the game. Once your fullback gets a yellow card in the first 2 minutes of the game, it's going to be a long day for you because that allows the other winger to be as aggressive as Jack Grealish was. And to be fair to Jack Grealish, he always shows up against Man United in the derby. Last year, he was your best player in that 4-1 game. And on Sunday, he was one of your 3 best players alongside Haaland and Foden. So
what confuses me about that game is, right, you know what City's threat is? It's KDB to Haaland, right? It's always going to be KDB to Haaland. Why are you going with McTominay, Bruno, and Eriksen? Like, you've got Casemiro there. Like, even if you play Fred is or Casemiro there. Like, Casemiro, one of the best like DMs, notorious for stopping world-class players. Why is this is the problem? I
don't think Ten Hag rates him. That's what I think. He didn't want him. He wanted Frankie de Jong. He didn't want Casemiro. That's the Glazer signing. Even Ronaldo staying. He didn't want him to stay. He was so willing to let him go.
You still use him. You can't go toe-to-toe with Man City if you're Man United. There are very few teams that can go toe-to-toe with Man City. And Man United are not in that bracket. Right?
Yeah.
I agree. And I think the one thing I'll give Pep is for his tactical was the fact that I haven't seen Haaland play that, like, come off as, like, kind of played in the midfield a little bit. He was dropping deep a lot to link up, and that exposed our defense because it made our center backs pull out, and it left that space for Foden or Grealish to occupy. So that's the one thing I'll give Pep. It was a little tactical thing that he added, and Ten Hag wasn't prepared for that, and he never adjusted to it, which kind of shows why one is a student, the other is a teacher. So that's the one thing I'll give Pep for Sunday.
Bro, and this guy's assisting as well, man. So no, I was gonna say when this guy's assisting goals as well, like, what do you do?
It's mad. I just want to bring up a topic to everyone. Hamza, let me just do that. I want to bring up a topic, and me and him had a little exchange about him, and Hamza mentioned it as well. He was happy with the result, the way Man City played, but of course they conceded 3 goals in the end. And for me, before they even concede goals or anything, for me, I look at Edison, and I think this guy is causing problems at times. I watch him, and for me, he just induces a lot. He's not calm. He's not stable like a Allison. You know, Edison. A lot of the time, Man City will be dominating. They'll be winning 3-4, and you just see all of a sudden he'll play some mad kick somewhere. It's going up. He's rushing back. He's rushing forward. For me, Edison. I don't know what you guys think about him, but I think if Man City replaced him with someone even better, it's a wrap. It's a wrap for forever, for the next 5 years. But Edison, for me, suspect. But I don't know what you guys think about it, because it might be an unpopular opinion.
Nah, it's suspect, man. I said
for me, Edison, like, because me and Bilal were having this conversation. For me, what he does, like, with the ball, is just so vital and so valuable to Man City. Fair enough, he might not be the best shot stopper, but I think his ability with the ball, it's not just with the ball, the way he reads the game, the way him and, like, Ben will see it with Allison, the way they're able to play like sweepers, like a last line of defense almost. It's so invaluable to a team like Man City who plays so high. You need a keeper in behind that does that. And I don't think on the ball, for me, Alisson's the best goalkeeper in the world, but on the ball, there's no one better than Edison, and there's no one that comes close. The way he's able to just change the tide of a game or change the angle of a game just with direct long balls, and they're on point. It is pretty special. So for me, it's a Pep Guardiola team. You're gonna have a keeper. Like he had Victor Valdez doing a job for him for so long. Valdez wasn't notorious for being a shot stopper, but he was quality with his feet. So I think he's just so special. It's like you can almost relate it to the Trent thing, right? When someone's so good and is so specialist at one thing, you have to have them. Like, that's so valuable.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I wonder what Hamza, what do you think about that? Like the Man City point of view on Edison?
I think the thing is, yeah, I'll be honest with you. I don't like Allison. Allison's a shot stopper, but as no. But Brazilians, you have to be good on your feet. This guy is good on his hands, but he's the most dodgiest guy. Allison,
wait, hang on. You don't think Allison's good with his feet?
No. Oh my God. Are you joking?
What?
You know what? No, 1 second.
Oh,
you know when we play
you got a stinker, bro.
Ben, let me tell you the secret. If Klopp hasn't realized the reason why they haven't beaten us here recently, because City are told, close down on the panic man.
We beat you in our last game.
Panic man. Who's the guy that lets you down whenever we play you?
So
Allison, you close it
down.
Allison cannot play on his. This guy is dodgy. I've seen this guy on his feet. He cannot play ball on the. He's another Ramsdale. Mad. Listen, he's another Ramsdale. Looks good. Wow. I'm telling you, I swear. If we want to beat Liverpool in 2 weeks' time,
Ramsdale's good with his feet.
Ramsdale's
good with his
feet.
That guy. You're watching him.
No. This is what I'm saying. The standard of Man City and Arsenal is different. How can you talk about your standards and my standards?
Have you watched Ramsdale now? Listen, come on, Ramsdale. Now, this is just because he's English. And people think about the relegations and stuff.
No,
watch him play.
Listen. There's a reason why. No disrespect. There's a reason why he's playing for Arsenal, and he will never go to Barcelona or Real Madrid or Man City. There's a reason, because top managers,
he's not Brazilian or something. He's an English. He's an English
top coaches can see the guy is not good on his feet. I've seen Edison. This guy could play like KDB. If you play midfield, Edison will pick up.
Watch about Liverpool and Ajax, bro. Allison made the same pass about 4 times, like literally split the whole team open, bro. And that's just one game.
Do you remember when we played?
You're gonna bring up one mistake that he might have done, like 2 years
but we
ago.
know most City fans. As we chat in the secret group, yeah, we speak about this, and we say, "Yo, it's all Liverpool." We all know who to close down. If we want to win. Close and I call his name. This is his name. I've got him. Panic man. Close the
panic.
And if he panics, oh my God. He's
almost too relaxed sometimes.
Allison's relaxed.
Allison's the coolest cucumber you can find, man.
No chance.
God.
This is how
this is surely a joke now.
Yeah,
Edison. Edison is better than Allison on the ball, obviously, but it's like the level, but it's not as much as like people think, because especially when Allison beats him in every other goalkeeper metric, sweeping, shot stopping by far. I think the difference between their shot stopping abilities and their ball playing abilities is actually much farther, because I think Allison is a much superior shot stopper. And I said this, come Champions League time, semifinals, against like an Mbappe, against a Benzema, Edison shot stopping might cost City in the Champions League. It'll happen, because Edison, I think he's let in like 7 of his last 9 shots on target.
He's not good.
That's
He's
good for
not
the
good.
Prem.
I'm just saying
Come
he's not good. He
come
can good on
Champions
the
League,
ball.
the
but I don't
margins
trust
get
him at
so
all.
much smaller. Come Champions League semifinals and finals, the margin gets so much smaller that one mistake will cost you.
So
In the
what-
UCL
We saw
final,
Courtois
Edison-
last season. We saw
Champions
Courtois for Real Madrid. That's a
Courtois
serious
won them that
goalkeeper.
game.
You can't
Why-
be telling me Edison is on this level.
Why
Allison,
do you think-
I trust
why
him
do
with
you-
my life if I was in the
Oh,
Champions
wow.
League final. But I can't trust
What?
Edison.
Okay,
like that.
no.
way.
As a showstopper, yes, I. But on the there's
He's
different
got
level.
everything.
Okay. Watch next game now.
Even Edison, even some of the things Edison does on the ball, I'm like, yo, brother, what you
Okay.
doing?
I've seen Edison have howlers. Remember 17-18 season? Edison
Wow.
comes out, clears it straight to Mo Salah's feet. Salah lobs him. What happened there? Firmino
Yeah.
stinks him. Mane
But
beats him
no,
at the near
yeah,
post.
no,
Gets
the
beaten by
problem with
Oxlade,
the
30 yards
problem
out.
the problem with him is he can't make saves. Yeah, it's true. I agree. But on his feet, he's
Not a good
God,
start, then, is it? For the
I
goalkeeper?
think
Goalkeeper.
Neuer. He is better. Even I think I've not. Neuer is the closest player I've seen on his feet compared to him, and he's way better than Neuer. Way better. No, I've never seen a keeper so good in my life, and I've never ever seen that. I think this guy on elite level on midfield, he's KDB. His passes just immaculate. I'm thinking, wow, how's this? This guy used to, before he was a keeper, apparently used to play outfield. That's why he's that good. But let's forget about Edison. Let's go about these guys like KDB. I've been warning you guys. Kevin De Bruyne, class. This is one of the greatest midfielders you'll ever see in your life. You guys were telling us Gerrard, Lampard.
Gerrard
How
said
can
that,
you? No. How can you bring players like? How can you bring Lampard,
Start Lampard, Gerrard debate
Scholes,
if you want.
Gerrard, please, for goodness sake, for the
Wait,
sake.
wait.
Hamza, he's the best Premier League midfielder ever.
But he will retire Mark Mowards up 100. Bro, I don't have a.
I actually agree
100%.
with that. I agree with that. He'll
100%,
retire as the best
easy.
Premier League midfielder
Easy.
ever.
Stats wise,
Easy.
but peak for peak, I still put like
Even
Yaya
stats,
at Man City
what
was
you talking
next
about?
level.
Lampard-
compared to
Nah, he's never going to break Lampard's goal record. Never.
See,
Nah,
no way.
KDB is top 3 in the Premier League era, but for me, I'm still taking prime Gerrard over prime KDB.
wow.
I don't know about that.
How can
I don't know
you be
about
the
that.
best?
I'm not gonna
Nah,
lie.
nah.
I don't know about that.
How can
No,
you be the
that's
best in the league that you
bro.
never won? Nah. How can you be the best in something you never won though?
Well,
my-
it's-
I'm taking.
What you can be? It's talking about individual players. We're not talking about what they achieved.
I'm
No,
taking.
it's the
I
same-
hate that
it's the
argument.
same
I
thing.
hate that argument.
hang on, if it's talking about what they've achieved, then Anderson should have been the best midfielder in the world, no?
No, I'm talking
Yeah.
about
How
when
many-
you
how many
when
Prems
you're
did that
comparing
guy
when you're
win?
comparing
4 or 5?
legends. When you're comparing
I'm
legends,
taking
forget
Gerrard.
when you're
over
comparing
Lampard.
legends, when you're comparing legends, what they've won is a metric that you should consider when you're
Gerrard,
comparing like
Gerrard
KDB
once stood on the
versus Gerrard.
stage with Iniesta,
I'm-
Xavi, and
Yeah,
all
and,
them,
and
man.
Gerrard has something KDB doesn't: a Champions League.
He will, and then he's gonna get it easy.
Oh,
Gonna
yeah,
get
it.
Do you know what's mad?
He's gonna
Adi,
get it.
Adi's
I'm-
gonna love
that's
me.
a
Adi's
compliment.
gonna love me. Adi's
I'm
gonna
you're
love
winning
me.
the Champions League this year. You're winning the Champions League.
Bro,
this year.
KDB is definitely getting Champions League. Easy, man.
Hamza,
You're
can I-
winning this year, though. You're
No,
winning-
listen. I've said it before, yeah. I've said it. I'm not disrespecting Champions League, but I'll tell Champions League. You think Mason Mount and people like
That's an
Obi
LDB.
Mikel and Henderson
I
winning
don't know if you
it,
meant that.
that KDB will not win it? He's gonna win it 100%.
Why are you saying
There's
Mason
no
Mount?
doubt. Man,
Hamza,
because
can
these are players don't even deserve Champions League.
Hamza,
So
Hamza.
these are
Don't
not
put
elite
Mason Mount-
players.
Don't put Mason Mount's name in the same sentence as Henderson, bro. What's wrong with you, bro?
Nah, respect Mount, man. Hamza, can I just say you better win that Champions League before Haaland does one to Madrid, bro? Because what you got, 2 years,
Stepping
3
stone,
maybe at a
bro.
push.
Stepping
Hey,
stone.
Haaland ain't going anywhere. He's on 900k a week.
Nah, he's going
Nah,
Madrid,
nah,
bro. His
nah,
dad
he
even
ain't
said
going
it.
nowhere.
His dad even
You are
said it the
released
other week,
for it,
like,
bro.
oh, he'll stay at
That's
City
it,
for 2 or
released
3 years.
I hear that, but bro, if you're 900k a week here, what's the next contract gonna be?
Why did they put a
5
release
million?
clause? Why did they put a release clause?
Nah, he's gonna go Madrid.
He doesn't
man.
have release clause. Pep
I
said
think-
it yesterday. He was interviewed and he was asked about this release clause, and he said it completely. And let me warn you again. Listen, there's no. Let me tell you something. There is no better club. Let me repeat. Take pen and paper. There's
Is this
no
what you said in
better
your group
club.
chat?
There's no better club in the world now. In the world now, and in the future, including Real Madrid. Even if Perez is listening to this, there is no way you tell me that there's a better club to play in the world than Manchester City. Even
Real
Real
Madrid.
Madrid can hear that.
Real Madrid.
Are you joking?
Yeah.
Man,
Real
listen,
Madrid.
players
Real
don't
Madrid.
dream. Players don't
Yeah,
dream
what?
anymore. No, one second. Players
No.
don't dream to play Cadiz and Espanyol every weekend. You dream to play in the best league in the world.
Oh,
The
so do
Premier
people
League-
dream to play
Well, La
Bournemouth?
Liga's arguably still, you can argue, it's still better than the Premier
That's
League.
like saying they don't dream to play Bournemouth and Norwich, bro.
Bro, you can still argue La Liga's better.
La
Brentford
Liga
and
is not.
Brighton.
Listen, Haaland knows the best project, and we're making him a superstar. We're making him a superstar. It's not only
He's already a
Haaland's.
superstar.
He's not a
already a
superstar.
superstar.
No, it's Man
He's
City.
a,
He wasn't.
he's a superstar.
No,
before
that's
he
not
was
true.
you guys.
Because if
He
he
was
came
a
to,
superstar
if he went to
before
Arsenal, if he went to United, if he went to Liverpool, he would have been a superstar.
Oh, imagine
We're
the
just-
gas if it was at Arsenal, Man United, or Liverpool. It'd have been different.
He would never
to
been
what
a
you guys-
superstar.
Even
No.
Jesus. No,
But
listen.
what's-
Jesus has already said. He said, come out. He said, yo, the fans at Arsenal, this is different. At Man City, it was nice, but this.
Oh, but now it's no comparison, bro. Why are you talking about City fans, man?
No. But I know that's what I'm just for Hamza, innit? You know what I mean? But on the real, my actual opinion on Haaland, I actually don't think he's going to leave Man City for like 7 years. I think he's going to sign a new
Nah,
deal.
we can't be having
I think
that.
that release
We
clause
can't be
will
having
go.
that, bro. He's got a different.
No,
2 years. We can't be
honestly,
having
you know, he's
But
no
when's
region.
Pep
He's
gonna
not paid
get
for Man
bored? Like,
City.
one Haaland, bro. When's Pep gonna get bored, bro, and just pack his bags, bro?
Bro, he's not getting bored. It's a Premier League. It's not boring. That's
He's having
the problem.
fun. I know.
Man,
doesn't
Pep's
bore
got
him.
to challenge himself, bro. Tell Pep to go win a World Cup or something, man.
Yeah.
Pep's staying, man. Listen, I'll give you the bad news, guys, and you heard from me first. Not from Vizio Romano here. You heard from me first here. I'm telling you now, Pep Guardiola is extending his contract, 3-year contract. He's gonna
You said that
extend
in
it
your
because
As long as he keeps,
No, I told you.
as long as he keeps
And-
bottling into the Champions League,
and
I'm
he
fine
knows-
with that. I'm fine
and he
with
knows one thing so special that you guys don't have. Life at City. Once you join Man City Football Club, he never had the love. He's given the love. The fans love him so much. The love that we give him so much.
Because
is
he's bigger
more
than your
than
club.
appreciate-
That's why.
That's
He's
a
not
fact.
bigger than my
Yeah,
club.
he
He's not
is.
bigger.
He's bigger than your
club.
He's not bigger than my
Yes,
club.
he
He's
is.
joking.
Pep Guardiola is
Yes,
bigger
he
than
is.
Man City Football Club.
If he's the greatest manager of all time, then of course he is.
100% he's bigger than your football club, bro.
So you think Man City will collapse when Pep Guardiola leaves you guys?
You won't collapse.
No,
they won't
Bro, you're
collapse.
backed by the UAE. Like you should be fine in it. Like you
You
got.
definitely won't be as good, though. You 100% won't be as good.
Well, seriously though, where do you go from Guardiola?
Yeah.
Once
think-
Guardiola's gone, who comes
Well,
in?
well,
Your levels
well,
will
well,
go up.
okay.
Hamza, I'm lucky that Potter's not on the market anymore. You could have had Potter, but
No. Thank God. Listen, one thing here. Man City are very clever. There's one time that we were linked with Brendan Rodgers here, and I laughed it because I know it's not my level. If you
Oh,
got
that
sacked
would've
at
been
Liverpool,
amazing.
listen, no disrespect here. You got sacked at Liverpool, you're not
No,
my
don't
standards. No chance.
disrespect him, bro. The guy's a waste.
If you failed at the likes of Arsenal,
Bender, I
you
hate
can't
that.
be my
Oh,
level.
I hate the guy, man.
The managers we're gonna get, I think, Pep
It's
will
Arteta,
extend.
bro.
Pep is extending,
Teta
and
ain't
and
leaving
and
to join
and,
Man City.
and Arteta dreams to come to Man City.
Arteta
or
already
Barcelona.
snaked you, man.
But,
Man City
but I
was
think
shaking when he left.
it's Luis Enrique. I think Luis Enrique wants to leave. This is the rumors from City fans. He wants to leave to come to Manchester City, but it depends on Pep Guardiola because I don't think Pep Guardiola will leave Haaland.
What about
Guys,
Tuchel?
if you're Pep Guardiola, why would you leave now when Haaland's this good?
what
This
about
team
Tuchel?
is so good. I
What
can't.
about Tuchel, Hamza? Tuchel.
Thank you very much. I don't want to play Burnley football. We've got a style of football. Thank you so much, man. Listen,
All right,
our
guys,
football
quick
is tiki-taka.
little question for everyone. Yeah, out of these three, who would you rate like 1 to 3? Lampard, De Bruyne, or Gerrard? Like, what order would you guys put them in?
Oh my god.
I've got
Gerrard.
mine, but I'll leave it to last.
I'm going to be biased, isn't it? It's biased, isn't it? But Lampard, Gerrard, De Bruyne, innit?
For me, Gerrard, KDB, Lampard. I rate Lampard bears,
Mhm.
but for me, Gerrard and KDB are top 2 in Prem football.
Ben, you want to go?
Gerrard, Lampard, KDB.
Michael.
KDB, Scholes, Gerrard.
No,
I might have my own player in there.
No.
I know, but Scholes was in this debate. I just left him out.
I might have
because
my
feel
own
like
player in there.
Scholes is class. He could play at Barcelona football, man. That's
Didn't Pep say that
class
in
player.
Spain they have like 100 players like Paul Scholes?
No, he said that about Jack Wilshere
Oh, that was
after
it,
we
yeah.
beat them
That
2-1.
was it, yeah,
He poo-pooed on Wilshere that day. I was like, yeah, I remember. Hamza, what are you saying?
I think 100%. To me, the greatest is
Oh,
KDB
no
by
monologues,
far.
bro.
KDB and number two to me. Number 2, no disrespect. There's a reason why he's won. Why Michael's won more Premier League than all of you guys. You must listen to me. He said KDB number 1. Number 2 is probably Paul Scholes to me, and number 3 is. But number
Man,
3
that
is
is something.
Gerrard. But
Michael,
if
look what
I
you've
had
done.
Patrick
This was a-
Get
Yeah,
rid of this
debate.
ginger toe sucking guy, man. We're not talking about
Hamza's
Scholes.
got, Hamza's got the biggest agenda against Chelsea. I don't know if you man have realised. bro. He's a
Imagine your goat sucking his daughter's toes, man.
Listen. This guy
He
Lampard.
hates
No
Chelsea, bro. He hates Potter. He hates Tuchel. He hates Lampard. He hates Mason Mount.
Adi.
He
No
hates-
disrespect
I'm
here.
from Chelsea, bro.
Adi, there's no disrespect to Lampard, yeah. I respect Lampard, but you can bang in goals like Kevin Nolan, yeah. But at the end of the day, there's something called luck. There's a wow factor. Kevin Nolan needs to score these goals, yeah. But at the end, they didn't have the wow factor.
Ballon d'Or to Ronaldinho.
What a comparison.
Ballon d'Or to Ronaldinho. You're talking about Kevin Nolan, bro. This guy. Come on, bro.
I can't lie. For me, I'm with Addy. I'm not gonna lie. For me, Lampard's number one. I always.
My God, bro.
For me.
This guy, man.
Yeah.
BILAL was poor, bro.
Look at these London clubs colliding with each other.
I know,
So London
yeah.
clubs and Manchester clubs together.
Man came second in the Ballon d'Or to Ronaldinho. This guy's talking about Kevin Nolan, bro.
Nah,
What is-
Lampard's my. I can't
Ballon
lie,
d'Or,
Lampard's my guy.
Michael Owen won a Ballon d'Or. That award don't mean that much.
Yeah, but Michael
Deserved
Owen, when
as
he
well.
won that, he was actually world class.
Like,
So you got props guy. Guys, we need to move on from this a bit. Hamza, I'm gonna give you not Hamza. You've been talking too much now. Bilal, I'm gonna give you a 30-second roast of Spurs, uninterrupted.
Well, I don't need to roast them. You guys saw I was confident before the game. These guys were telling me almost putting in messages, telling me, I think Tottenham might get something today. Grizz was saying the same thing. I said, listen, this is Tottenham Hotspur. This is at the Emirates. This is the most guaranteed 3 points of the season. If we could play this game all the time, mate, I'd be a happy man. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm not surprised. It was an easy game. Tottenham stink, man. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm regretting putting them second in my Premier League prediction. I only did it because I felt like being, that taking in Conte, maybe trying to be a bit more, on that train of Conte and his football, and thinking, okay, with a quality up front, Tottenham can maybe do something this season. But really and truly, the football is woeful, and the way they sit back and just rely on their front three to do something. For me, if I had to watch that every week, I'd have enough. I remember Unai Emery when he came to Arsenal, and there were some games the guys playing this sort of football. I'm thinking, mate, we can't do this. The Emirates Stadium was empty after a few months of that kind of football. So for me, Tottenham fans, I think they're going to have enough as well. If Conte can't win the trophy this season, he's probably going to leave anyway, get his money. Juventus might come up. I don't know. Allegri, 2 wins in a row. I don't know how long that's going to last. But yeah, I don't know. For on the Tottenham side, for me, I don't know what you guys think about them. But out of all the teams in the top 6, Tottenham definitely play the worst football, 100%. And well, Man United are up there. I can't lie. It's between Man United and Tottenham. Man United still, because they got Ten Hag. I respect Ten Hag. Yeah, because I respect Ten Hag and I know what he wants to do.
Martial back can play better football. If you put Ronaldo, he'll play the worst football.
What did you say, Bilal?
Exactly.
What?
Pardon?
What did you say out of Man United and Tottenham? What?
Yeah, no. But I was saying Tottenham out of the top big 6, they play the worst football out of all of us.
Sure, bro. That result was coming, man. Spurs have been bad in nearly all the games they played this season, bro. I've been watching a lot of Spurs. I've been watching all the big 6 clubs a lot this season, man. Literally, I've been watching all your guys' games.
Oh, Europa League football's coming for them. So,
man, bro, they have not been playing well this season whatsoever, man. Look at the big games against Arsenal, even against Chelsea when they got that jammy 97th minute equalizer. Like them man have been poor this season, bro. Even against teams like Wolves and whatnot, bro. Nottingham Forest. There was loads of games that they've struggled this season, man. This result was well due, man. And I don't think it's that much of a thing that Arsenal beat them. That they shouldn't be getting too guessed. Liverpool, let's see what you do against Liverpool.
Yeah, I agree.
And then you got City after Leeds, no?
City got postponed. So Hamza, I was coming for Hamza, man. Haaland was injured, man. He's running away from Saliba, but the game's postponed.
You got away with one, bro.
Hamza, you got lucky, man. You got lucky.
What?
Man, you run away from a trip to the Emirates, man. You're a lucky guy.
I think we would have beaten you. Would have beaten you easily if we thumped United 6-3 and they thumped you 2-0.
Big games at the Emirates, bro. Where's your away games, bro? What is this?
Well,
This
Arsenal in the away games? No, Arsenal in the away games. No. We're working on that one still.
It's gonna come at the worst time for them. It's gonna be the last stage of the season.
All I need is a sunny day at the Emirates.
Liverpool. I'm a
and
Liverpool fan Sunday, man. Liverpool are gonna do me proud. Liverpool,
we don't want you
I got you guys on.
Basically, Hamza saying Liverpool's not a threat anymore. You're not scared of Liverpool anymore. You're not scared of Klopp anymore. You're not scared.
No, because I trust Liverpool thump you. I think Mo Salah will cause you problems. Watch it. And mark my words, they will beat you. And they will humble you. And I want to see you sing that Saliba song. That Saliba song you've been singing.
Versus Trent is going to be a problem, bro.
All right.
You know what? Tactically, I don't know what Oman Ben think about. I think it's going to be more interesting because, like, Trent, Like it's going to be two teams that's going to try and want to play football. And Trent and even Ben White, the position he's picking up, Zinchenko. I think Tsimikas and Trent, if they play, I think that's going to be really interesting to watch.
We'll get into that because obviously we played 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1, whatever people want to call it, 4-2-4 on against Rangers, and it looked good. But we'll get into that. But first, let's move on to the midweek stuff. I'll probably come to Addy and Ben because Liverpool 2-0, Trent silencing the haters again, and then Chelsea following it up the day after, Reece James goal and assist, right?
Yeah.
It's an age-old conversation. Now Kyle Walker's injured. Looks like he might miss the World Cup. I'll start with you, Ben, first on sort of Trent's impact in that game and like the Liverpool result and what you thought about the 4-2-4 essentially.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, look, we needed to change, didn't we? I think every single Liverpool fan has been asking for some sort of change. Didn't realise he would go that drastic with 4 attackers on the pitch at the same time, but we looked far better, and we have to take into account it's Glasgow Rangers. Like there is that, but it can't be worse if we stick with this. You know, people say, "Oh, if we do that at the weekend against Arsenal, they could do this, they could do that." Well, if we do the 4-3-3, which every single team in the world knows how to play against now, that I don't see us winning there either with that. So I would stick with it for sure. I think if you put Diaz, Nunes, Jota, and Salah against Arsenal's defence, I think we could cause problems. Obviously, they could cause us problems. But the Trent thing, for me, I think he was much more of himself because with the two in midfield, Henderson obviously sat back and actually did his role. Like, that's what Jordan Henderson's supposed to do. When Trent's up in the final third, he's supposed to cover. And for whatever reason, whether it's a system thing or what, he's not been doing that for goodness knows how long. And look, Trent's got to be better 1v1. I'll be the first to admit that. He has to be. But I have sympathised with him a bit this season because he's not had any support. Like, how easy has it been for teams to just go into that space? And that's why I think if we do keep this double pivot, I think it will benefit him. It will benefit Henderson if he plays. Just to touch on the Reece James thing as well. Look, I obviously get involved in a bit of the banter, a bit of the debate, but I like both players. I don't necessarily like Chelsea, but I don't like hate on their players just because we've got one which I think is better. I think they're both they're the top 2 in the world, and they will be for years to come. I think that goes without saying. And I think as well, Reece James, Addy will be able to tell us more, but from what I've seen, the Chelsea games I have watched, Reece James didn't necessarily start the season well either. He seems like he's coming into form now, but nobody really mentioned that. People just clip Trent every week, and I get it. It's funny, like the social media.
Reece James was good. It's just like Chelsea were.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Bro.
You think he was at his like?
I think he was their best player this whole season.
Look at Spurs in the second game of the season. He was unreal that game. He got his goal in that game as well. He was
but then he has made a couple mistakes. I think Wolves at home, West Ham at home. It was.
He even got cooked yesterday by Layout.
I remember the mistake against West Ham where he like sort of played the back pass and they like scored. Like fair enough, right?
That was bad. That was bad.
But like it is a thing. Like it's just
they're both the best in the world, isn't it? So I don't really care who's
everyone's going to back their right back. Like I have no problem with that.
But Ben, don't say he got cooked like that. Did you not see that stat yesterday? It was like this season, Leroy Sané. Who else was it? Barnes, Son, Liao. And there was one more name which I'm forgetting now. Whoever it was, regardless, they've attempted like 15 dribbles against him this season and completed 1 out of 15.
He's undeniably a better defender than Trent. That would be delusional.
Zaha was the other one. The guy's just cramps on every single week, man. Like I don't know.
It would be absolutely delusional to argue that Trent's a better or even anywhere near as good defensively as him. But I've always just felt what Trent offers at the other end, and okay, you might have to compensate for his ability to defend. I get it. Some people think we're still in the 1980s where fullbacks have to slide tackle for 90 minutes, but
I don't know. I would get that argument. But when James is producing how he has been since last season, it's difficult to give Trent the upper hand just because he's good going forward, as if James doesn't do his thing going forward as well, man.
People also overrate this like drop off of Trent. It's only been this season. Like last season, he was unreal. Season before, obviously, was the COVID year. And then ever since he came through, really, he's been unreal. He's had 2 bad patches of form for us. The COVID season, where the first time he was dropped by England, and now that he's been one of the most consistent players in a team that's won everything. So I don't get it myself. Like,
It's not just
obviously,
been
he's
consistent.
got,
He's stood
You know
out.
what it is? That's what
Yeah.
football like. That's what football's like. It's just everyone's going to be reactionary and make crazy opinions based on the last 5 games. But the thing is, even with Trent, when he was at his best form, he was still able to be got at 1v1. I've seen players like Ademola Lookman, and these sort of players been getting at him before, bro. Like for me, Vinicius in the past as well. Like it's just. I don't know.
You see fullbacks
they're definitely the top 2 in the world for sure. I just think James
easy.
Man, I just think James is the better all-round player.
You see fullbacks get out all the time, guys. Remember, like the likes of Marcelo, Dani Alves, Roberto Carlos, right? These guys are Hall of Fame fullbacks, right? But still, everyone knew about their defensive.
But they had like that recovery pace a lot more than Trent. That's the one thing Trent really doesn't have.
But also,
and it's weird. Go on.
I just think like I know on paper Trent is our right back, but we'll get into this later when we talk about like the Liverpool tactically.
Mm-hmm.
But I do sympathise with him because one, he is our right back, but the positions he's been playing this season, he's been playing like our sort of. He's been playing right wing, like a sort of. He's been playing.
He's essentially like a luxury player. On the real, he's like a luxury player at right back, but you need him at the same time. Like it's weird. It's like Ozil when it was at Arsenal. That's where I look at, even though he's a right back.
If you look at Trent's average positions, like every season, it's always way into the opposition half. His average position. Like,
so that's why. But that's how we played. That's why
team has dropped so much this season that it's affecting his performances now. Exactly. You guys are on the top of your game with your counter pressing and whatever and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's just affecting his game now, but his average position has always been high up the pitch. This isn't like something new now. It's nothing new.
He'll look as good. Trent will look as good as the level of the team that he's playing.
Yeah,
that's
so like,
if Liverpool at a high level, he'll look at a high level.
The point is, because he is playing so high up, teams are going to throw balls into that corner and be like, "Oh, where's Trent?" Like it's so like if you look at Liverpool, right? Trent, when we were winning the league, Champions League, he had Jordan Henderson in his peak doing absolutely everything for him. And it's not just that, right? The way Liverpool play, you get everyone up. It's almost like you've got the 2 centre-backs and Fabinho back, and that's it, right? And you trust the centre-backs, Matip, Gomez, Khanage, whoever's playing on that right-hand side to go 1v1 with that winger. So whether it's Martinelli, that's actually not Trent's man. Fair enough. If Arsenal have the ball, I agree, Trent in his own half, and we're sort of camped in our sort of own half, he does switch off. But in transition, when in most games we do have most of the ball, that's not his job to stop that. It's physically impossible for him to be so high up and then for one long ball to flip it over his head and that to be his mistake or his problem. No, that's not how we play. The way we play is Matip, Khanage, Gomez. These guys have always been 1v1 specialists and have played at such a top level. So when their form drops, when Fabinho's form drops, and we don't have that squeeze, it becomes more evident. So I agree that, defensively Trent does have stuff to work on. But what I don't agree with is that sometimes he's called out for stuff that isn't even... Klopp said it on Wednesday or Tuesday. Trent needs to improve, but it's a bit of a consequence of the way we play that he's sort of out of position. He's a right back on paper, but look, this is why I think the double pivot, it makes sense because Jordan Henderson's back in that. For me, I don't know, Ben, if you agree, but Jordan Henderson was clear man of the match against Rangers, right?
I said this and I got cooked for saying it, but I said the same thing. Like people just hate this guy too much.
Yeah, they hate him, but like his role when he's not trying to be like stepping on Salah and Trent's toes because that's what Klopp wants. We're playing right wing. Yeah. His best role is sort of with the game in front of him on the ball and 2 sort of mopping up and really putting the squeeze on teams. And if we stick to that and he's back doing that role again, you'll get the best out of Trent and you'll get the best out of Jordan Henderson. To me, it makes complete sense.
I just saw him catch your score. I just saw the ball crash across bar and then there was a mad thing and Katie scored. But yeah, honestly, on Trent, right? I look at him when you're a manager like Klopp or you're managing a top team. Trent's first job, honestly, is not even to defend. His job is to get into positions where he can start creating chances for the team. So that's why I'd never try blame him too much unless it's a game like against Napoli, that Napoli away game, where for me that Trent that was shambolic, like what he was doing.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
apart
no,
from
that's
that, but apart from those rare occasions, for the most part, a lot of it is not even down to him. It's down to the system.
No,
And
but Bilal, the game on the weekend, that Brighton game, he was shocking, bro.
Yeah, they but the thing is, every team's gonna keep coming down that side even more because they can see there's a bit of vulnerability there. Even you see the way Trent like dropped down to his knees like after that first goal went in, Trossard's goal, the first one. It's like he's kind of like scared in a way, maybe to even he's in those positions as Omar said, and I can't believe it's Omar or Ben when he's like camped in when Liverpool have to defend now and he has to be strong. Sometimes that can be a bit of a problem.
He needs
And
He needs that one lockdown performance. Maybe this
Yeah,
Sunday
exactly.
against Martinelli is I don't know if it can
Yeah.
happen, but
Mhm.
it's just I think that right center mid like that 4-2-3-1. I think I said before the season Liverpool should play that. I think especially when you have a Thiago, Fabinho, those are pivot players in my opinion. A Jordan Henderson, and it allows. Because I think with Liverpool, that right center mid spot is so key, and I think that's been the biggest reason why Trent's. You guys mentioned it, like it's that area that right center mid always covered that area for Trent. And Klopp needs to go back to that and like just do a little tactical switch. And that's why people criticize Klopp because he hasn't been that tactically efficient this season. Hopefully that 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1 switch, whatever formation it is, I think that is Liverpool's best formation. And even like forgetting the DM, like a Fabio Carvalho at the 10, a Bobby Firmino at the 10, I think that allows more players.
Jota against Rangers.
Jota. So I
I
think
know
it
it's
allows.
only Rangers, but
That's why I don't blame Klopp. I know like Liverpool fans, some I've seen like going at Klopp, but I can't blame him because just deep it, you guys haven't really replaced Wijnaldum and you need to replace Henderson. These are two key players if you're going to play that 4-3-3 and then get the best out of Trent that we've seen.
The thing is, as well, it's absolutely crystal clear that Klopp wanted Tchouaméni, and people will, try and blame him for being stubborn to players. Okay, maybe he is, but at the end of the day, he wanted Tchouaméni, and because of the finances and obviously his desire to play for Real Madrid, you can't really blame a young player, that's grown up watching Madrid just win the Champions League year after year after year. But he did want him, and then obviously there's the whole Bellingham thing. So he does want players to come in, and obviously people are like, "Oh, just sign this guy, just sign Yuri Tillemans from Leicester." Well, how's that going to improve it? You know what I mean? So, I think the system for now. Yeah, well, now the window's shut. Obviously, like we said, the best way to fix it is to change the system and to play that way. And look, if we do go in with that on Sunday, then it's going to be a real test to see where we are at. Because, like I said, it is only Rangers. Henderson was amazing, but he's not going to get that much space and time on the ball against Arsenal. Neither's Jota. So all of these guys that played well at the weekend, Núñez I thought was brilliant. Obviously, just missing the goal. Jota. Diaz, all of them really. Salah was linking up really nice with Núñez. Okay, great. We've done it against Rangers. Now we need to do it against top of the league. So
that's why I think this system could be good for Liverpool going to that, because even against Brighton, Liverpool's best moments are when they were direct, and by playing like 4-4, or like a 4-4-2 or 4-2-3-1, you're going to be forced to play direct football, and that's what can actually cause Arsenal problems and what actually suits Liverpool. So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, let's get into the game anyway, because we'll talk about the weekend now. You know what? We'll touch on that last. We'll go back to, because there's a few games. We'll talk to Michael first. United away at Everton. Quickly, that's normally a good game.
You will
7
be
PM on
Frank Lampard. Respect my gaffer, bro. Frank Lampard.
I'm scared of this game. That midfield, I think they've conceded the least amount of goals in the league, which is absolutely not what I expect from Everton. And that midfield, Onana, Idrissa Gueye, and Iwobi been top 3 midfielders in the Premier this season. This guy, this reincarnation of Iwobi is actually mad. And Andre Onana, I think Andre is his first name. Where you come from? Lille, I think.
Lille, yeah.
He's been spectacular, and Idrissa Gueye, he's been at Everton before. I think it's gonna be a tough match. They're gonna play a low block against us. United show against low blocks. I saw it today against the Chemical Compound. We couldn't break them down in the first half. So it'll be a tough match, but I hope that it's a must win for us because I think we have Spurs and Chelsea in a couple weeks, back-to-back games, so it is must win. I hope that we just get like a 1-0, 2-1 victory. I'll take a win by any means necessary, and we need to bounce back from Man City and just put that game in the rearview mirror and just kick on from there.
Yeah, I don't know. You got Addy, talk to us about Lampard a bit, because like he seems to be turning it around at Everton, right? They went on that such winless streak at the start of the season. I was like, oh, he's going to get sacked. They're in 11th now. They look good. Like, so from Chelsea, do you recognise that this is a Lampard team? Do you recognise that, like, he wasn't maybe given enough of a chance at Chelsea?
No. Lampard's time. It was his time to go, bro. I'm not going to come talk rubbish here, bro. Like, Lampard should have been given more time, man. Like, that guy had to go at that time. Like, his time was done in it for sure. He wasn't experienced enough. He couldn't deal with that big squad that just had spent 250 million in the summer after the transfer ban and needed to win right now. He was telling us that we weren't ready to win. We weren't ready to compete for the major honours. And then Tuchel came in and won us the Champions League. So that wasn't right. But I've always believed in Lampard as manager, though, because in that first season, whatever you might want to say, that squad wasn't good that we had. Man. We had Willian, Pedro, Tammy, Mount, James. Like, a lot of these players were just coming into the team tomorrow.
Sounds like a lot of good young players.
I was a fan of Lampard when he played, man. That team was little bit.
Man, we're playing in the Championship.
Yeah. No,
he was still able to get us top 4 that season. I always thought he'd done a good job with that, man. And I've seen him go toe to toe with the best managers, man. I've seen him that season. He beat Klopp. He beat Pep. Did he beat Pep actually? Yeah, he did beat Pep.
He did. Yeah.
Restart.
Did he beat Pep?
Yeah.
Here he is, look.
You heard Pep and he came back.
Yeah. As soon as I heard that Pep, I was like, yo, no. What does this remind me?
He beat Klopp. He beat Mourinho twice in the league. Like, I saw him go toe to toe with the top manager in the league.
Who did?
Only one guy he didn't beat, though, I think.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He didn't beat Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He didn't beat Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
He did beat Arteta. When Jorginho, remember when
Arteta's first game
over the keeper and he tapped it in.
One of the early games I don't remember.
Lampard's never beaten Klopp.
Is this the COVID season?
No, Lampard never beaten Klopp.
19. Oh yeah,
I remember
you
he
guys
had
drew those.
I remember he had a good game. He had a good game against Klopp.
He beat an FA Cup.
Yeah.
You know when I rated
When Barkley dribbled past the bare players.
Yeah, I remember that game actually. That was just.
I remember when I rated him was in that Super Cup final. He played very well and he played Pulisic and they cooked Liverpool. And I thought,
that was a good game. Yeah,
but I remember, I thought, listen, I've seen players who do well like this and managers, and it takes time. I didn't believe in him. Experience is key. You can't experience is so important.
The job came too early for him. I can't get onto him for it.
He's at his level now, isn't it?
Yeah, that was his dream job. He had to take it when it came around, but it just wasn't the right time. But I saw glimpses. I always believed in him, man. And people were saying he was going to be the first sack this season. I never thought that was the case. I predicted Everton to finish 12th this season. I'm still keeping that prediction. I think they'll finish 12th, and that'll be good for them, man. Onana and Gay, like Michael was saying, great signings, man. And he's reinvented Iwobi, man. So he needs credit for that as well. Because when Eddie Howe's moving Joe Linton to centre mid, he's getting all the praise in the world. So Lampard needs to get the same for Iwobi as well. And then you got Tarkowski and Cody. Those are two very shrewd signings at the back, man. They're not the biggest names in the market, but they're as solid as they come, bro. Them two are solid Premier League experience for years. They know in this league. They know the ways around this league. So yeah, Lampard, he's got them solid, man. He's not playing the best football at times. He's just riding out some victories, just getting his results, being solid, hard to beat. And that's the most important thing right now. When you're at the bottom of the table, that's the most important thing, to be hard to beat. I think they played 8 games this season and they've lost 2. And one of them was to Chelsea. The other one was to, I can't remember who
drew to Liverpool. I can't remember, who they lost to. But you know what it is with Everton, right? That's the way Everton should be. There should be a team that's hard to beat. Get goals on the counter. And you know what it is with Lampard as well? Like, he's well liked by the Everton fans. It's something Gerrard doesn't have at Villa. Like, the Villa fans, for the most part, I think a lot of them hate Gerrard. But Lampard from day one.
That reminds me. Stevie beat him.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Villa.
Clear as a manager as well, isn't it? So.
Listen, 8 games, 2 losses, 7 goals conceded, best defensive record in the league. I mean, there's not much more Everton fans can ask for, man. Like, he's doing a great job so far this season, man. So long may it continue, man. Like BILAL was saying, he's always going to get respect from players and fans. Like, he's done really good with the players there, man. Even like the likes of Anthony Gordon and stuff, man. He's made them really good. So let's see how it goes.
He's got the pull. He's got the pull because like Onana was on his way to West Ham. Lampard rings him up and says, "Mate, come to Everton."
And that was the case at Chelsea when we signed Havertz, Werner, Ziyech. All of these guys were crediting Lampard when they came. They said that they want to play under Lampard as a legend and whatnot. Like, he does have pull for sure, 100%.
He's a legend, and to be honest, he's quite a likable guy. So
I think these legendary players will always have that sort of pull. Like, it's just crazy. Like, even though he's not got them playing well, Gerrard, the amount of players that he's pulled over to Villa,
Yeah.
like the likes of Diego Carlos, there's a Boubacar Kamara.
Both
Liam-
injured now, aren't they? Long term.
Yeah, but
Well, we say Paul Kamara's on like 150k, I've heard, or something. That's the Paul.
Coutinho.
Villa waste money, man. Honestly,
Coutinho though, like I know he's his mate, but still, like like Lampard has that pool as well.
I'm laughing. You know why I'm laughing?
we're laughing.
You guys make me laugh so much. The standards of your football club is so bad. Like
No, it's
like
the club
way
that they're at.
the
It's
way-
not the
no,
manager, is it?
But it's the fact that I was waiting for this big. I thought it was gonna be like huge names, but then the pools that
Who do you expect Everton and Villa to sign,
These
bro?
are bums. These are bums of football. Like
What?
I'm laughing because I'm thinking, oh my god, if that's a pool, oh my god, bro, Diego Carlos is a joke. He's a joke in Sevilla. I remember this guy. Anyone
Yeah, I
can
don't
pull
rate
it.
him. I don't rate him.
Ignore your
Diego
point,
Carlos is
Hamza.
one of the most like hot-headed, just.
It's because of FIFA.
Yeah,
you know.
man,
He's
anyone
sick
can
on
pull it,
FIFA.
man.
That's what.
Come
Yeah,
on.
These are our
Liverpool
clubs,
fans are saying because of Gerrard.
Yeah, but Hamza, these aren't our clubs. You're acting like these are our clubs, bro.
Bro, we're
if
just
you're-
saying, innit?
if you're-
I
if
gave a
you're-
good example, I think. Onana,
Lampard
could have
had
gone West Ham.
Lampard had the pull at
Onana
Chelsea.
and Everton.
Lampard had the pull at Chelsea of Havertz, Werner, Ziyech.
Yeah. That one I agree, but the Liverpool fans try to slide that one in. You know, those players like Diego Carlos had to watch our best.
It's Aston Villa. Who do you want them to sign? Messi?
No, at least like listen, like if you said Havertz and all these kind of other players, but
Villa.
this guy Diego Carlos, I know that's fair. Villa's a good club. Villa's a top club. Like they used to.
So you want Villa to sign
Yeah, I can't lie. I mean, Gerrard's got to fix up immediately, man.
Yeah, he has to.
Fix up.
He's
Right.
getting
trash
sacked
manager.
soon.
Is it?
He's getting sacked soon, man.
And you
Yeah,
know what? I
Mhm.
needed to see this because all of this stuff about him coming to Liverpool, never in my life do I want to see that.
I
I wish he stayed at
Pep
Rangers, man, and just went straight to Liverpool. It would have been more funny, man.
10 years, bro. Lampard's homecoming in 10 years, man. Watch out.
I even
no.
said it before he went to Villa, like just because of the fact that I never want to be in a position like what Addy was in, where you're there sitting saying like, "Oh, you need your club legend out." Like I never wanted to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah, of
even
course.
before he stepped foot in the Premier League, I was like, But now I've seen it, and it's like,
Yeah, but you know
I
what,
do
Ben?
feel sorry for him in a way. But
I always look back at that time with Lampard with good memories. I can't lie, man. It was always good
Yeah.
vibes. You might like your legend and managing your club, man.
I'm in disagreement with Ben a bit, where I'm like, I'm a bit like, I just want to see it.
what if
I
he
just-
muds?
He's not good enough.
You want chaos at your club?
No, I just want to
Oh,
see.
but now, I can't lie, it's good vibes, bro. Like when you
Wait.
just see your legend on the touchline.
This is one guy.
Straight after,
Gerrard on the touchline at Anfield.
straight after
just
Klopp,
looking
then
at-
Holmes. Let me ask you that.
Oh,
Straight after.
man.
Oh
Yeah.
no, not straight after Klopp.
Okay, fair
Unless he does something miraculous now at
Yeah.
at Aston Villa, not straight after Klopp, right? I'm looking at the likes of, I don't know who we go
Linders.
for.
It's gonna be Pep Linders, isn't it?
Mm.
World-renowned
I
author.
really
Honestly,
want-
it could be.
The world-renowned author, Pep Linders.
I'm already looking at De Zerbi, like get him in. I wanted Potter after Klopp, but obviously
Nagelsmann might become available at some point.
Yeah,
You never
Potter,
know.
No.
A lot of our fans say Hansi Flick. But I don't know about that.
Hansi Flick. I don't see
I hope
Hansi
they don't.
Flick.
I don't need
Flick
Hansi
is
Flick
out.
at Liverpool.
Enrique,
I
but
don't
Klopp's
need
not going to
Hansi
go.
Flick.
Klopp's
Yeah,
not
I
going to
don't
go
know.
for another
3
at
years.
least 2-3 years, unless something ridiculous happens. This is one
might-
guy, Xabi Alonso, who I could see if he does well because he's highly rated. If he does well,
Mhm.
I could see him at Liverpool one day because bit of a club legend. But Hamza, how many goals are you going to score, guys? Before we get into it, chat, keep plowing away in chat and smash that like button. I don't think it's very good. It's quite disgraceful actually. And please, we need to get the likes, otherwise Grizz is going to get angry at us. And Grizz is a scary guy. So yeah, please, for our sake, just smash that like button. Hamza,
Yeah.
how many goals are you scoring against Southampton? And is
Easy.
Erling Haaland ever going to get rested?
The thing is, yeah, he only plays first half because 2 halves is too much for every club. Like Southampton, there's no way. They're 3 points. We're taking the 3 points. Last time, I'm sorry, I had these guys like bums, like no disrespect. I'm calling him bums, like this Raheem Sterling guys will play them against this kind of Southampton. We didn't win. Bro, we had 0-0 against Southampton home and away.
Disgraceful.
Yeah, that was good. It was a good time to cut out, man. Of course.
Yeah.
Sorry. 100%.
Sterling scored against Southampton to win you.
Listen, Southampton last year was 0-0 home and 0-0 away. Mark my words, easy. Easy. Look at the way I'm settled. I've finished my cup of tea.
Bro, why you
relaxed,
shouldn't be
chap.
nervous before
Premier League, I
Southampton,
don't
bro.
sweat. I come
We'll
here,
start
cup of tea, and listen, we're beating them 4-5-0. And Haaland will get at least 2 or 3. They got a lot of our youngsters. Southampton's like, they take a lot of our youngsters, but there's no competition there, man.
You could have kept Lavia. You should have kept Lavia. I don't know. You brought Calvin Phillips injury
The
prone.
thing is, no,
Lavia would have done a job.
Lavia is a good player, but we'll go buyback clause on him. He's a special player, but I think the issue is they're not our level. When we talk about Man City, you have to be the level. The level is elite. Well, if Gabriel
Okay, but what's the difference? No, Phillips, I rate Phillips. Don't get me wrong, but you could develop Lavia.
People are saying, I said it yesterday. People are saying Gabriel Jesus, losing Gabriel Jesus, you're gonna regret it. Now look who's laughing. Look, when KDB used to set up those criminals, those 2 criminals, one-on-one, I swear, most of the time, bro, they miss. This is why I love Haaland. Already he's got 14 goals, overall 19 goals for Man City. He's gonna break records. By the end of October, he's got 22 league goals. Remember, write it down. 20.
Oh, he's gone again.
This Haaland guy is broken. 19.
Haaland, man, it's just boring, man. Haaland injury, Kyle Walker injury, not worried about injury to Hamza, man.
No, we're not. And Alvarez is coming back, and I think they we'll beat them 4-5-0. Will be easy, and I think the midfield KDB will be playing. Pep's gonna rest some players, and then the week after that, we're ready to smoke Ben's team and Omar. So hopefully they're the next victim. So one by one, people are standing in the queue.
I won't be there to witness it. I'll be chilling on a beach, man, watching it on my phone.
That game is either going to be we're going to somehow scrape a win, or City. Do you remember when City came to us in COVID and absolutely ripped us apart?
Oh my lord!
Foden ripped us apart.
If Haaland plays in that game, he's gonna be 20.
You know what? Though?
I still, if we bang on, Haaland will have a tough time against the likes of Khanage and Van Dijk.
He's never had a good game against Virgil.
He has. I remember he played for Salzburg. No,
that wasn't Haaland, bro. That was Minamino when the other guy.
No. I remember this.
He scored a tap-in, bro.
You know. I remember this. And Liverpool.
Bro, he's a kid, man. He was only 18 at that point.
Minamino, man. That's why we're sad.
Listen, Bilal. Liverpool fans were raving Minamino. Said, guys, we bought a better player than Haaland Minamino. Where's Minamino now?
Do you know what we were raving?
They were gassed about the 7 million. Like, it looked like a good deal.
We
it was a great deal.
Did you guys not make like 20 million on him? Like 15 million.
Basically doubled it, yeah.
He was our top scorer in the League Cup, top scorer in the FA Cup last season. Scored every time. I think he had like 10 shots on target last season.
No one says he's better than Haaland, man.
There's so many Liverpool fans were saying, look at the tweets 2019. I can get all the tweets. Liverpool fans are like, yo, trust me, I found it today. I was like, I looked at it, I was just laughing. I thought, listen, when you got players who fail at Liverpool, let's say Mamadou Sakho, never buy Liverpool failures. Buy Man City failures. Look at Bilal. He's enjoying Man City failures.
It's not a failure, bro. He won the Premier League 4 times. Centurion goal. Respect your legend, fam. Respect your legend.
Listen, when you got failures at Liverpool, like Mamadou Sakho, they can't even do well at Crystal Palace. They can't even do well at Crystal Palace. So when Liverpool say this player is not good enough, stay away. Minamino, he's useless.
He never really got a chance, to be fair. When he got a chance, he delivered. So
when James Milner's still playing at your club at the age of 37 and Henderson tells me already the standard is low. Come on, man.
That's on the owners.
Hey.
Right. Yeah, go on, Bill. Go on, Addy.
I have a quick question, just for FPL purposes. Who's more likely to start, Akanji or Ake?
Akanji. That's another one. Another one I wanted to say. I want to say that statement. I want to say, guys, Akanji must be the best defender in the Prem now. Is the best defender in the Prem, because after what you saw against United again, after what you saw against United, he was outstanding. Outstanding.
Hamza, what drugs have you got in that room that you're working in now, man?
See, the problem is you guys are shocked now, and then a week later you come in the same reaction.
No one's going to be saying that in a week's time. No, not one person.
Hamza said this, and then
they're doing up the Saliba chant with the Akanji now, man.
Listen, we need to have a chat between Van Dijk and Akanji.
That's what happens when you have no fans, man. I have to still chant.
No, Akanji is special, man. I'm telling you now. I've never seen a player
Special.
like glides.
Listen,
with the
Akanji,
ball.
if
And
I watch
you've
him a
been
lot of
starved
Dortmund,
then,
I watch
bro.
him a lot
You've
of
been
Dortmund.
starved.
He's a good player. He can put in decent performances and have good one-on-one games. But the problem with Akanji has always been his injuries. And I don't know, his next injury is coming. Like, this is Akanji.
Wait, Hamza,
That's why he's 18 million.
Do you think he's
understand
better
why
than
he's
Joe
18 million.
Matip? Do you think he's better than Joe Matip?
You're Matip, are you joking?
Oh,
Yeah.
my Lord.
Are you joking?
Oh, my
Listen,
God.
I can tell standards. My standard is high standard. I don't call for players easy. And the standards of Akanji, I see the way he
You
glides.
just said he's special.
I saw him
You
play
said he's
against
calling the
Spain.
best defender in the Premier League.
Yeah, now at the moment. We can't talk
So
about
he's
he
better than
has
John
to.
Stones.
He's played like one game.
Yeah,
How
he's
many games
better
he
than
played?
John Stones.
He's
He's
not
better
better
than
than
John
John Stones.
He's
No
better than
way.
John Stones. He's
John
better
Stones
than
is your
John
best
Stones.
defender.
No, he's better
Nah.
than well, he's better than John Stones. He's better.
Hamza's
He's brilliant.
Nah.
I'm telling you, look, I watched him against United. I watched him against other teams. Bro, he's been special. He's been
Bro, he
special.
did against Marcus
Immaculate.
Rashford at 9. Let's be real. That's
And
something
Sancho
special.
and them, man.
Sancho,
Come
yeah.
on.
I
Like,
can-
Sancho's
I can
turning
defend
around
Sancho
every
right now.
second.
Saliba played against Rashford and Sancho. What happened?
No, when Martial came on the
Exactly,
pitch,
there you
Akanji
are.
could
Top of the
see the
league.
2 goals.
Top of
That's
the
all.
league. That's what I'm going to say. Top of the league.
Martial came on the pitch and Akanji looked mid. That's all I'm saying.
3 goals conceded.
Hey,
How many
listen,
minutes?
you'll see. Listen, at the end of the day, you'll see. Akanji's been special. I think we're gonna beat them 5-0, 6-0.
I think we need to
They
be
played
I wish the
Because-
Arsenal Man City game wasn't postponed, man. I needed that.
Holmes, you look disgusted, mate.
No, I'm just trying to soak it all in, to be honest, because the fact that you could possibly claim after one game that Akanji is the best defender, especially after holding 3, right, to United, that everyone forgets. If you bring that down in terms of like ratio, that's a 2-1 win.
What about
They conceded the same amount of goals as Arsenal against United as well.
No, if
Say that as
you're honest, let me ask Michael. Michael, you've played my team, you've played Bilal's team with Saliba, you played Omar with Van Dijk this season, and you played Akanji. Who did Rashford enjoy most? Did he enjoy playing Van Dijk or with the likes of Trent, or did he enjoy playing against Saliba and Gabriel?
That's because like
Michael,
I
don't get
think
baited,
Man
man,
City are a
please.
better team, but out of the 3 center backs, the best one this season has been Saliba. If I put all 3 of those together,
Oh, you man.
Five. Like, he's out of all the defenders we spoke about, he's been the most informed by a mile.
I think Saliba's been the best defender in the Premier League season.
He hasn't been tested. He's been tested once. Now you're gonna get the real test. No more.
No, that's a
more
fair
they're
point,
playing
to be
this
fair.
Crystal
That's a fair
Palace.
point.
Watch.
All
I'm
right,
saying
Liverpool, big attackers, big strikers. Let's see. Come on. And I think that's a good segue. We might as well talk about. Well, do we even do predictions for the other games? I don't know, but
Okay.
Quick.
Hamza
Hamza,
said 5-0.
5-0. Addy, what's your score against Wolves?
4-0 Chelsea.
4-0 Chelsea.
Wolves, who they appointed a new manager? Yeah or not?
I don't know.
Yeah, Lopetegui. That's what they're
Really?
I thought they were getting sport.
Lopetegui got sacked yesterday, no?
Yeah, who just got
The assistant's taken over, but 4-0 Chelsea.
Yeah.
Michael, United, Everton.
I'll go 2-1 United.
2-1 United, fair. That's a man that keeps it real. Big
I can't wait
game.
for that game now.
Arsenal, Liverpool. Yeah, well, it depends what happens in the Arsenal Liverpool game. If
Yeah,
we
to be
lose,
fair.
I'm not watching any football. Arsenal, Liverpool. Bilal, I think this in a long time. This is the first time Arsenal go into this game as favourites. I feel.
Yeah, maybe since
And-
like 2016 or something. I'd say. Maybe
Yeah.
since then, yeah.
Yeah,
2022
probably
now.
since
It's
the
mad.
2015-16 season. So guys, Addy's got a shoot off, by the way. So
Yeah,
just
cool.
big up to him.
Yeah, big up.
Pick up
But
that.
hey, we've had your number, man. Joss is back. The ghost of the Emirates, the ghost of Arsenal's backline. Ben White, Tommy Yasu. Now Saliba's in. How you? So I know you're confident. I'm just gonna ask you both straight away, Ben and Bilal. Bilal, you can go first. How are you
Yeah.
feeling about this game?
Yeah, I'm confident. It's not like Tottenham confident. That's like a guaranteed kind of confidence. But Liverpool, I am confident for this game, especially at home. If it was at Anfield still, it'd be the same as Arsenal going to like United, when it's like, okay, so away game, Old Trafford, one of the big stadiums in England, anything can happen. But at the Emirates, I do favour Arsenal. And I look at the way we play, and I think it's going to be interesting now because of you guys changing your system. whether Arteta sticks with the Zinchenko at left back, or does he put in a Tierney to maybe try and shore things up and go more, one-on-one with the Mohamed Salah, for example. So I think those are the kind of things maybe we got to think more maybe about what Liverpool can actually do compared to where Tottenham last week were a little bit more predictable in terms of what they were actually going to do. Liverpool offers still that bit unpredictability, a bit of chaos, and with the attackers, you can never count them out. So for me, I am confident, but I think we're going to have to show more respect probably to Liverpool than we did against Tottenham last week, for example.
Ben?
Yeah, no. I'd love to sound confident, but I'm not. I think I'm a bit more confident after seeing that there might be a potential change, because I think if we just went with the traditional Fabinho, Henderson, Thiago, it would just get a bit like, I think we've been found out with that. Like, there's been so many times where teams have just found playing is so easy this season, and even last season, to be fair, we didn't beat a top 4 side and could have won the league. Like, that's crazy to think about, but yeah, I'm a bit more confident now. We've seen something different, and like I say, it's a complete different kettle of fish to Rangers at home. Arsenal are I wouldn't say best, because I think we all agree City are, but they're top of the league for a reason. They deserve to be there. And this is going to be a huge test for us. We've got 2 crazy games coming up now. And I think we have to win one of them, really, to still be confident at top 4. If we lose both of these games and the teams around us win, then it is literally battling for 4th. So Arsenal is what it is. It's always a tricky game. Well, not always, but you know what I mean. Like, when we're not at our best, it definitely is. But like you say, we got some players coming back now. Diogo is the main one for me, which just I'm always confident when he's against Arsenal. I don't know what it is about that club, but Diogo just loves it. Ever since that, his first game, I think he came on from the bench, didn't he? And then scored the goal. Yeah. Ever since then, mate, he's been unreal every time we've played them. But that should be a great game Sunday afternoon. Obviously, the one everyone's going to be watching. So, yeah, we need to be at it, man. If we want to win this game, or even get a result, even draw the game, we've definitely got to be at our best. So, yeah.
Yeah, this Jot guy, he's sharp. For me, I think we know how Arsenal are gonna line up. I think it's fairly self-explanatory. I probably reckon you'll line up the same way you played Spurs, right, Bilal?
Yeah. That's what I said. Like, that's the debate now. Whether if Liverpool are changing the way they're going to operate and maybe be more direct, whether you play with the Zinchenko or play with the Tierney, because Ben White and Zinchenko essentially do the same role, except for the fact that, of course, Ben White probably defensively offers a bit more than Zinchenko. So I think that'll be the main thing to just watch out for. But apart from that, it would just be the same. But there will be goals in this game. I think this game, as I said before the show, I think it's the highest scoring fixture in the Premier League, in Premier League history. So it's always a crazy game, Arsenal, Liverpool. And just in terms of, it's just entertainment, really. If you're neutral, this is one of the games to watch. 100%.
Yeah, 100%. I think from a Liverpool perspective, I don't know, Ben. So I think the beauty of it, changing the formation against Rangers, you think, oh my God, Arsenal don't really know how we're going to set up. I feel like we will go forward with the pivot, and I think we will look like a 4-2-3-1. I think Firmino's in hot form right now. You can't
Don't
really
please leave Firmino at home. Please. I don't need to see him against Arsenal. That's the one guy. Him and Jota a little bit, but more Firmino. Firmino, man, that guy.
The thing is, great point, Anissa. I reckon we play Firmino behind Jota. Nunes, I still think, would cause you guys problems, especially if you come on to us. His everything he did on Tuesday was sensational, apart from getting a goal. And even like the keeper had an absolute storm. It wasn't like he was finishing bad. Keeper had a great game. But for me, I think you will probably see the same team with Khanage is another one. We were talking about this on the post-match Rangers game review. Does Khanage come back in, Ben? Because with Martinelli running that channel, he is fit. Problem is,
as a first game back, it might be mad, but you got Man
City. No, I agree. But he's so suited to that in terms of, like, you saw what he did to Vinicius in the Champions League final, right? He was our best player by far. Martinelli's going to be doing that. He's going to be direct. He's going to be inside that channel. You need someone like Khanage there. I think he does that so well. His pace, his power, his reading of the game, it's impeccable. But for me, I think Liverpool do go with a 43 on, I think, Firmino and Jota. So Firmino off Jota. And then obviously you got Salah and Diaz. And then I think we'll stick with Henderson and Thiago. Fabinho's not in the form that
100.
he is shown. So, and Henderson and Thiago work so well. And Klopp even said it. So I don't know what your thoughts are on the Liverpool team, mate.
Yeah, 100%. I'd go unchanged. I get the point about Khanage, and 100% he'd be handy, but I just like Bilal said, I think this is just a bit of a crazy game to bring him into. So I would go with Matip, and look, I rate Matip very, very highly. So I think his intelligence helps him because we know he's not blessed with pace. So his reading of the game will be just as useful in my opinion. But just touching on the two midfield, 100%, I'd stay unchanged. You know, again, it's just Rangers, but we didn't really miss Fabinho on Tuesday, and that was my takeaway from that when I saw those two in midfield. And like I say, we're going to get far less time in the midfield against Arsenal. So if Henderson becomes Hooferson again, then I think the sub will have to be made. But yeah, if you guys try and press him and he's just standing there with the ball, like you know, it's a long day. But now Henderson, for me, what I want to see from him is, like I've always said with Henderson, he's at his best when he just keeps it simple and just doesn't do much. When he's just covering, when he's tracking back, when he's just working hard, they're the best Jordan Henderson games. And I think his role just has to be right centre mid, slot in for Trent, let Trent do his thing, and essentially be the right back. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see
I can't lie.
trying these crazy passes.
Yeah, I can't lie though. It's so weird. That's why the Zinchenko-Tierney thing in my head's crazy, because when you guys tell me you're playing a pivot of Thiago and Henderson, I just think just play Zinchenko and just absolute overloads in the midfield and just bully that middle of the park. And then anyway, naturally on that left-hand side for Arsenal, Liverpool's right-hand side, Xhaka, Jesus and Martinelli love occupying those areas anyway.
Yeah.
So for me, tactically, I find it interesting what, you know, Arteta could do and what Klopp could do. But Michael, I don't know what you actually think about that as a neutral and how you see the game maybe like playing out.
This game is the stinkiest 0-0 game of all time. First of all, I hate both clubs with a passion. That's all I want to say. But I wanted to draw it personally. But it's an interesting thing. I had this question: who do you guys think is a must-win for more? Because Arsenal haven't beaten City or Liverpool in the league in like I think almost 4 years now. They haven't beaten either of you. Even other teams have beaten.
Well, we won with the COVID season. We beat Liverpool.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That doesn't count. That's Fugazi. They had the league wrapped up and everything. That's Fugazi.
We won the league as well.
I'm just saying, man. It's still something.
No one remembers that. But okay, other than that, but then you have Liverpool, who obviously need a win more than anyone. And I think because I still have Liverpool making top 4, but I think these next 2 weeks decided for me, because this is the best time for you to pick up, because this is statement time. Either Arsenal or Man City. If you beat one of them, that's the catalyst for, in my opinion, to start your season. So if you don't win either of these games, I probably wouldn't have Liverpool in my top 4. But if you slap up Arsenal, like let's say 3-0, then Liverpool could finish second in this league easily. So I think for me
that's the kind of result that can change everything.
For me, no matter what, if Liverpool play at their best, I said it before, and Arsenal play at their best, Liverpool win that game, in my opinion. But the question is, will we? Because we haven't. But if we do, and Arsenal want to go toe to toe with us, I still think we mop them up. And
but what is Liverpool's best? On a real, like, what is Liverpool's best? Because Mane's gone, the midfield's not the same as it probably was, not the same level of the power as it was last year. The defense as well.
I think the way they
is Liverpool's best?
Shield. The way they played against City in the Community Shield.
Yeah, but City, like Bernardo Silva was like in the 6th role, like that game. You know what I mean? It was a bit of a different game. It was a more of experimentation time for Pep, and Man City weren't fully.
What I mean by Liverpool's best is something akin to what we see like when we go on those mad runs. I agree. That's the question, and we haven't been at our best. So I know people say Mane, whatever, like you can't, but Mane was playing like in that 9 position. I am happy with Jota in that 9 position. And Jota, Firmino, like that's not really been the problem. It's been the midfield where it's just stopped. Like we've always outrun teams. Everyone has outrun us this season. So our best is sort of when we are outrunning teams, outworking teams, high intensity, absolutely on the front foot, clinical. Salah, Diaz going at fullbacks, which they did against Rangers, and I hope they do again. Jota pressing the hell out. 2 centre backs really going toe to toe with whoever they come up against and dominating that. Fullbacks dictating play. Trent on the ball. Tsimikas, Robertson, whoever's going to play left back, sort of bombing up, getting up and down the pitch. That is our best. Now, Will that happen? I don't know. And that's the only worry because Arsenal are up for it, man. And what I still feel in this Liverpool team is they're sort of hurting a bit. Everyone's writing them off. And I still think this Liverpool team has the mentality where they're like, all right, we have the attitude. We still know our value. We're still going to show that we're the big dogs. And there's no better place than to do it against the team top of the league. And I feel we still have that in us. And I don't actually mind if it's at the Emirates or Anfield. Like, for me, I know these players don't care about playing home or away, right? Old Trafford earlier this season, right? We looked like we were scared. But I still think we go to Arsenal and we play like we're playing at home. We play confident. But yeah, it's all dependent on the midfield for me. The sort of core of the pitch.
Henderson the midfield battle.
Henderson and Thiago get around that pitch and start getting on the ball, which I don't think Arsenal will dominate possession. I don't think we'll necessarily. I think it'll be fairly even.
You think? I honestly look at this game and I think Arsenal will dominate the ball. I look at at Liverpool as best threat to just like get in behind and get Salah on it. And if Salah can do something, and you can get Diaz as well, like Diaz could be a massive weapon in this game where he can start carrying the ball. I look at it and for me, this is my opinion. I look at Liverpool's midfield. I look at the way Arsenal play in the middle. It's essentially Ben White, Zinchenko, Partey, Xhaka, Odegaard. It's not an easy five to bully in that middle. That's probably Arsenal's strongest area of the pitch. That's what I would say.
So yeah, if you do that, I can see us going directly to like the likes of
the space will be there. That's what I'm
a really underrated partnership in our team is Thiago and Firmino. Like when they connect to each other, and if Firmino's playing in that 10 role, they're able to almost like bypass the midfield, because when we get the ball to Thiago, he's so good on the ball, and if he's on it, he's able to almost flip it over to Firmino. And we saw it in like the Champions, like when Thiago started getting into the team. Like I remember away at like Leipzig, that sort of period where we went on our charge to top 4 football, where they're just picking up such great positions, and I feel like you're going to try and press us. I don't think anyone will be camped in anyone's half, if you know what I mean. But yeah, we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna go score predictions. Bilal, will go with you first.
I'll go 3-1 Arsenal. I'll go
3-1 Arsenal.
Ben? No way. Oh wow. These guys are confident, huh? They're always confident, to be fair. I'll go, I'm never going to back Liverpool to lose. I never back Liverpool to draw. So, 2-1. Jota brace.
I'm going to say 3-1 to Liverpool.
Oh, Michael and Hamza. Michael, you go first. We need to hear this.
I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool. This is the part they step up.
Hamza, are you there? Nah, he's not there. Right, guys. Kaid says 2-2. Guys, banger of a show. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to smash that like button. Whether it's live, we'll be watching today, tomorrow, next year, after the game on Sunday. Smash the like button. Get involved in the comments. And yeah, hope you have a good one. We'll be back next Thursday. Same old. The boys will be back and discussing everything. Have a good one. Peace.